Good morning, student. Next, we start the next concept, that is a linear, surface and volume integral. In that, we discuss one by one. First one is linear integral or line integral. Then, in that linear integral, consider the linear path of the length L from PQ in a vector field A bar. Then line could be thought of the small consisting length, elementary length dl. Then consider one such a point M. Here consider one point. At the point we draw the tangent. At the point we draw the tangent. Let the tangent makes the angle here theta with A bar. Then we get A bar dot dl is equal to, here makes the angle and that angle will be cos. So that here we equation get A bar dot dl is equal to A dl cos theta. If we integrate this dot product, that is a bar dot dl between P and Q, it becomes the line integral. Here A bar dot dl, just we integrate and then we get the line integral. The line integral of the PQ, in that here line integral, this is the line integral of the PQ. Then we get the equations, the line integral PQ. Then if we take this integration, means that lines is a closed curve of the length L, so that it becomes a closed integral, and that is denoted as closed integral A bar dot dl. This is equation number 2. Then here phi is a used closed integral. Then it is also called as circulation of A bar around the closed path. The line integral concept can be applied to calculate the potential difference between the point in the electrical field. Okay, this is explanation about line integral. In that, what happen? Let us consider the line integral of the vector field A bar. In this line integral, we just take the small elementary length, that is the dl, and we draw the tangent at the point M, and here makes the angle theta, and that angle will be cos. So that A bar dot dl, we get A dl cos theta. Then here A bar represent the vector field and dl represent the small length at the point M along the path PQ in the field. The dot product A bar dot dl and theta, then we get dl bar with A bar. For the closed integral, it can be written as closed integral A bar dot dl, that is equation number 2. Here this is the closed path of in a field. Next is the surface integral. Consider the surface area. This is the surface area in S in a vector field A bar. These are the vector field A bar. Then the surface could be thought of as a made of number of the elementary surface, that is such as ds. In that surface, yes, here the number of the small surfaces are made area, that is ds. Let a cap n be the unit normal to ds at M. Here a cap n is the unit normal to ds at M. In a vector field, the elementary surface ds act as the vector ds bar, so that here we take ds bar is equal to ds dot an cap. So that here let us consider this explanation is given by consider the surface S in a vector field A bar. Just I told, let us consider this vector at the vector field A bar. Consider the small area ds on the surface around the point M as in the figure, and in that surface we have to consider the small area, that is a ds, and consider n cap a unit vector normal to ds and ds cap, and considering the n cap here, n cap is a unit vector and represent the area of vector ds bar. The surface integral over the entire surface is given by, the surface integral over this entire surface is given by integration of S A bar dot ds bar, that is equation number 1. Here integration of S is a symbol used to surface integral. The surface integral gives the net outward flux of the vector field throughout the surface. For a closed surface, the surface integral is given by. Here, just if we take the dot product A bar dot ds bar, it represents the flux of the vector field A bar throughout ds. The flux of the field A bar throughout the surface S can be obtained integration of A bar dot ds bar over the entire surface. Here flux means the number of the lines passing throughout the surface. These are the number of the electrical field lines passing throughout the surface. So that here given the integration of closed integration of S A bar dot ds bar. Then in case of surface integral for a closed surface n cap chosen outward, the surface integral can be applied to calculate the net flux of the electrical field throughout the surface in the electrical field. Here what happened, A cap n must be chosen as a outward direction, and the total flux that becomes the closed integration of S A bar dot ds bar, which is a represent the net outward flux of A bar from S. This equation is represent the net outward flux of A bar from S, and closed integration of S is the symbol, the closed surface integral. So that here given the closed integration of S A bar dot A n cap into ds. The next one is the volume integral. In that, if the charges, these are the charges, are distributed in a such that charges are distributed continuously in the volume. These are charges. Here charges are distributed. The charges are distributed continuously in volume. Then it is referred to as a volume charge distribution. In that, here these are the charges. Charges are distributed continuously in the volume. So that this is considered as the volume charge distribution. Consider an elementary volume. Let us consider one small volume at the point M. Let the charge density at M be rho of phi. Here rho is represented as the charge density and J is represented as the current density. Here rho is represented as the charge density at the point M, and this is a charge density which is in a scalar. So that the volume integral of here, so that the volume integral of rho of E over the volume phi, this is the volume, that is given by closed integration over phi rho v into dv. This closed integration over phi is represented as the volume integral, and rho of E is the charge density, and d into phi, that is a small volume. These all explanation here given. Consider a volume charge distribution in the charge are continuously distributed. This is the charges are continuously distributed in the volume. Let V be the volume throughout the which the charge are distributed. Consider the point here inside the charge distribution. Let us inside the charge distribution we have to consider the point M. Let dV be the small volume around the point M. dV is the small volume at the point M. Rho of V is the charge density at the point M. Rho of V at the charge density of the point M, and it is a scalar quantity. The net charge of the volume is given by the volume integral of the form, that is given by integration of V, rho of V into dV. These are the three integrals. One is the line integrals, another one is surface integrals, and third one is the volume integrals. Next we move towards that is a theorems of electrostatics, electricity, magnetism and electromagnetic induction. In that here we study the Gauss line electrostatic. Gauss law for a magnetic field, Ampere's law and Faraday's law, which is forms the foundations of Maxwell's equation, and also an other law, namely Biot-Savart's law, which is the fundamental law in magnetostatic. This law we heard in 12th class, so that just we discussed. Then we discuss the first one, Gauss flux theorem, Gauss law in electrostatic. We know the flux. Flux is the line integral passes throughout the surface. Line integral passes throughout any surface, that is known as the flux. And electrostatic, we know the electrostatic. In that electrostatic we studied we know the electrostatic, the laws of electrostatic and magnetism. In that first law of electrostatic, that is the like charges are repel each other and unlike charges are attract each other. This is the first law of electrostatic. And next one is second law of electrostatic, that is it is a directly proportional to the product of their charges. Okay, and third one is in that second one it is inversely proportional to square of the distance between them, and inversely proportional to absolute permittivity of the surrounding medium. These statements are given by the Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law is familiar with us. We studied the Coulomb's law in 11th class, 12th class. So that here Coulomb's law, that is the F bar is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R square. And same for the magnetic. In that magnetism, we know the energy is required to create a magnet, but no energy is required to maintain a magnet. This is the first law. Second, like poles are repel and others unlike poles are attract each other. Third one is the magnetic force between the two poles is directly proportional to the pole strength and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. These are the basics of electrostatic and magnetism. And here just first one we discussing the Gauss law. We know the Gauss law for magnetism. That is a Gauss law for magnetism is one of the fourth equation of Maxwell's. It states that the magnetic field B, here magnetic field B has a divergence is equal to, we denoted the divergence that is in a dot product. Here magnetic field B divergence means dot product. Here equation comes del dot B is equal to 0. According to this law, the total electric flux closed surface is 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed inside the closed surface. Just I read once again, that is a statement. The total electrical flux throughout the closed surface. Here total electrical flux throughout the closed surface is 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed inside the closed surface. This is a statement given by the Gauss law. We discussed the, just we go throughout the statement. Here consider the electrical charge. Here consider the electrical charge, that is a plus Q. We know every charge particles are produce the electrical field. Only state charges or rest charges does not produce the electrical field. So that let us consider the charge. There is a positive charge. A closed surface of any shape can be imagined surrounding those charges. Such a surface, this closed surface, is called as Gaussian surface. Consider the charge Q, a closed surface surrounding it. Okay, charge Q, closed surface surrounding it. We can think of the closed surface to made of there. This closed surface is made of the small elementary area, that is a ds. Here this is a closed surface is produce the small elementary area ds. If d bar is the flux density at ds, then it can be shown that electrical flux over the entire the surface, that is a closed surface S d bar into ds summation of q. Q is then a charges q1, q2, so on up to etc inside the surface. D bar is an electrical flux density having the position vector r bar. Then here make an angle with outward normal to the surface at the point P, and d omega is the solid angle subtended at the point ds to A. Then equation becomes Q is equal to integration of S d bar dot ds bar is equal to summation of Q. Here summation we take the entire charges, total charges. So that summation of Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 so on up to n in the total charge enclosed by the surface.